Now just imagine that you're driving. You're driving late at night and you're having fun so much that you don't even look at the street anymore and you just reach a cliff and you just go down. Now that's what happens when you don't do these things. These 10 things are things that will stop you from making progress in life. Now sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Now the first one is not setting goals. See, most people go about life without setting goals, without even knowing where they want to be. For example, you want to make 10K a month. Let's just take that for example, okay? You want to make 10K a month, but you don't know how to do it. Because the reason why you want to make 10K a month is not because it's not just to flaunt or to show off or something. There's something within you that wants to make 10K a month. Now you might know that subconsciously, or you might don't know that consciously. It doesn't matter, but there's something within you that wants to make net 10K a month. Well, why do you want to make 10K a month? You must know that first. All right. Then you go from there. You set goals. You set long-term goals, 5-year goals. Maybe you want to hit 10K a month in the next 12 months. Then how will you reach 10K a month? What are the things that you have to do in order to reach 10K a month? You have to know that. Okay, most people do not even know what they want in life. And they're shooting at a star where they don't even know, because there are many stars out there. So which one do you want? Which one do you want to shoot at? You have to know your goal. You have to know the why of the goal too. Why do you want it? If it's 10K a month, how will you get it? Whether it's starting a business, getting a job, or content creation, personal branding, something like that, anything. But how will you do that? And how will you live life? How does a person who makes 10K a month lives lives? How does a person who makes 10K a month conducts himself? You have to know all those things. Now that takes time, but you have to sit down and you have to write down your goals. Without goals, you don't know where you're going. Okay, you have to have goals. The next one might be a tiny one, but it's a very important one. It's sleeping late, not going to bed early, which is tiny one, but it affects your life drastically. It's these tiny things, that make a big difference in life. Because when you look at it from a 1 year span, let's say for 1 year you've been sleeping late. Now that's a big thing, right? If you sleep late, let's say just a weekend because you had a party or something with your friends, well, let's not count that. But if you keep on doing that every now and then, what will happen? You won't be able to wake up early in the morning. And when you won't be able to wake up early in the morning, you'll wake up late. And when you wake up late, you always feel lethargic. You feel like a piece of shit. That's how it is. You have to start sleeping early. You have to tell your brain that, look, if you sleep at 9:30, then 9:30 to bed. 9:30 is bedtime, means bedtime. It's like you have to force yourself to sleep. This is how you develop new habits. Okay, you can't go to bed at night very late and expect to wake up in the morning. Early to bed, early to rise. You have to go to bed early so that you can utilize the morning time. Many people waste their morning times without even knowing that it's very important to make use of your morning time. Journaling, working out, going for a run, these things are important. They must be done. They should be done. Because in the morning, everybody's sleeping. Now, if you wake up earlier than everybody else and you start working on your goal early than everybody else, you will reach there faster. It's just common sense. You will reach your goal faster because, and in the morning, it's silent. Everything is silent. It's just pin drop silence. You can focus. You can do your deep work in the morning. That is the time when you do it. Now, how do you do that? By going to bed early. Just simple as that. The next one is phone addiction. Do you remember the last reel that you scrolled? Let's say you're scrolling on your Instagram reels. You're scrolling and scrolling. Do you remember the first one that you scrolled? No, you don't. You're just scrolling like a mindless, I don't know, like a mindless brat, like a monkey, like that. You don't even know where you're going. That takes up a lot of time. You know, since 2020, the people's screen time have went up from 1.5 hours to close to 4 hours a day. If you live till 80 years, that equals to 25 years, around 25 years. So 25 years you're just waiting on your phone. I bet you if you give 4 hours a day on your goal, you must be there by now. Like by now you must be that person that has achieved that goal, but you have been wasting your time and energy on scrolling on something which is not even beneficial. Well, if you're consuming with purpose, with intent, then that's a different thing. If you're consuming to learn something else, something that you want to learn, that's different. That's totally different. That's totally understandable. But most people just scroll, just like there's that a phenomena, that term TikTok brain. TikTok brain, you become like that. Stop scrolling. All right, stop scrolling. You have to stop doing that. It's a must. If you don't do that, if you don't stop doing it, what will happen is that you'll be wasting 25 years of your life and you will not even have an attention span. Yeah, you won't even have. Most kids nowadays, they don't have attention spans. They don't know what they're doing in life. They really don't know. You can't even talk to them for 30 seconds. You can't even grab their attention. You can't. You can't even grasp their attention. They don't even pay attention anymore. There was a time when we would sit in school and the teacher would come and teach us for 6 hours straight. Strict 6 hours we would sit in school and the teachers would teach us and we still could grasp everything. We could. And there were no fancy editing and all that stuff like and that, all the screen going front, back, all that stuff, the zoom in, zoom out. We didn't have that stuff. Just as a whiteboard, blackboard, and a chalk or some duster, some marker, and some ugly ass teacher. Still, we understood what the teacher was trying to teach. But now kids don't know how to do that anymore. They can't because they've destroyed their brains. You need to stop doing that, you too. If you see others doing it, you must stop yourself first. Maybe it might set an example to others. Make sure you do that. The next one is porn. Yeah, watching porn, which is a very disgusting thing. It is disgusting, by the way, when you watch porn. What happens when you watch porn? I'll tell you what happens in the mind of a man when he's watching porn. He thinks that that girl that's getting knocked up, belongs to him. That's what he's thinking in his mind. He's imagining that that girl who's getting knocked up belongs to him. But the truth is, he's not knocking her up. Somebody else is knocking her up. So that's basically cuckolding. You're seeing your girl getting knocked up by some other man out there. So you're a cuck. It makes you a cuck. It does. Might sound very, might sound very insane what I just said, but it's a real thing. You thinking that that girl that's getting knocked up, that woman, is yours, but she's not yours. She's getting knocked up by some genetically gifted man, not you. So you basically cuckolding. It's basically cuckolding. It is. It's cuckoldry. Stop doing that. It's bad. Instead, you should be doing that. You should not be somebody who should be watching other people. I'm not interested in watching other people having sex. I'm interested in having sex. That's what I'm interested in. It's just common sense. All right? And if I don't have a girlfriend, that means there's something wrong with me. So I have to level up myself. That's when I'll go out there and get a go. You can't just be bitter and resentful that women have become delusional and all that stuff. There is a lot of content online that say that, oh, women have become delusional. No, they're not. The world has become delusional as a whole. Men have become delusional too. They think that women must just come to them. Throughout history, women have never approached men. That's never happened. It's always men. It's always men who have leveled up themselves so that they can go and get a woman and provide for her and protect and provision and all that stuff. You have to make yourself a better man, a man who's capable. Then only you will get her. All right? Watching porn is coping. It's just coping. Don't cope. Go out there and do it. Get a girl, or maybe level up first. Well, I can understand if you're going ghost mode or monk mode, working on your business or something. I can understand. You don't want to get a girlfriend or something. Fine, it's all right. But if you cope with watching porn, then that's a problem because you will go down this rabbit hole of first it starts with soft stuff and then it goes into a little bit more raw and hardcore. That you can't. You're like but fine, you'll watch it. Then it goes into something which is more hardcore and all that stuff. Then all the fucking gangbang shit. Who knows? You never know. Unless you land up in those, like what cum shot compilations or something. You'll get up there. Which for a normal human being who's never watched porn, he'll be like, oh, I can't watch that. But for you, you're like, what? Why can't you watch that? I watch that every time. For you, it's normal because you've been there for a long time. But for that new guy, for him, it's not normal. Yeah. It means that you're not operating as a normal human being. You're operating as somebody which is abnormal. You have to stop doing that, my friend. Stop it. Get some help. You need Michael. Stop it. Get some help. The next one is sedentary lifestyle. A lifestyle which is just sitting in one place and doing nothing. Just sitting and sitting and sitting. You might be working on your business or whatever, you might be working on your studies or whatever, but you're just sitting. That's bad. You have to start exercising. This is one of the main reasons why young people nowadays, I hear that they have backaches at the age of 22. Backaches. What are you doing? You're working as a daily wage laborer or something? You're working construction? Most of them, they don't. And the ones who are working construction, they don't complain because they're exercising every day. It's like exercise. Get out of that chair, get up, all right, get out of that bed and go and do some exercise. Go for a run, all right, do some squats, do some push ups, do some pull ups, go, or maybe get a gym membership. Yeah, just hit the gym. Sitting the whole day will not help. It will not help. That's why young people are having a lot of problems. They complain of having backaches. Young guys, what's wrong with these people? They complain of having headaches because they look down and they scroll on their phones, and it creates pressure on this at the back of the neck. It creates pressure, it creates tension, and then there's a headache because you've been sitting like that for 3 hours. Now, how the hell will you not have pain? How the hell will you not have back pain? How the hell will you not have headaches if you're just sitting like this and scrolling for 3 hours? You need to get up and go out there and do something. Move. At least go for a walk. For God's sake, just a walk. Next one is discipline. The lack of having discipline. This one is, I think, so everybody in general, they suffer from not having discipline in life. It's very common, all right? It comes from parents, it comes from society, okay? It comes from relatives. When you see them not being disciplined, you become indisciplined yourself too. But that doesn't mean that you will make that as an excuse, right? You will have to take action. You will have to make yourself a discipline. You have to make yourself understand that, okay, you have to win in life. If you want to do something in life, it's only discipline. It's only with discipline. You have to have that disciplinary action to take, to move towards something, to move towards something which is your meaningful purpose or your meaningful destination that you want to reach. Without discipline, it's impossible. You need to have a routine, and in order to follow a routine, like I said, we talked the first point, goal setting. Now that's a routine, right? You have to follow a routine. Now, in order to follow a routine, you need discipline. Without discipline, it's impossible. You will stumble upon your goal. You might stumble upon your goal, but by luck, by fluke, like that, who knows? Now that will not be valuable. You will never value that. You will never ever value that. Something that just happens to you like that. You have to have a sense of discipline, a sense of accountability, responsibility, a sense of duty. You have to establish a disciplinary routine in life. Don't go about life just thinking that things will just happen. No, they don't happen. You make them happen. You don't wait for shit to happen. You get shit done. You make shit happen. That's better because God has given you free will, and you can take charge of your life. That's far better. That's far beautiful than just going like a feather, like just getting blown from one place to the other. The wind just blows the feather everywhere, and the feather just goes and just flies, and that's not a good life. You placing your life in the hands of other people. You are. If somebody tells you to do something, you might not agree with it. You'll just do it. You become very agreeable. If you're not a disciplined person, you need to take action. Your life belongs to you. You have to be a disciplined man. Discipline is important. From going to bed early to waking up early to journaling, all that stuff, discipline is a key. It's a must. Okay? You have to have discipline. Without it, there is no success. The next one is stop learning. What do I mean by that? Not being able to learn, thinking that you know everything, and you just stop learning. The greatest leaders in life are the greatest students. There's a quote, that a man who stopped learning the next day he graduated becomes an uneducated man the day after. Now that's true. You cannot go around being over smart and thinking that you know everything. If you know everything, there's no room to improve. You've become arrogant. You can't be arrogant. You have to be always constant in constant self-learning. You have to learn books and podcasts, and do your own research about any topic that you hear from there. Critical thinking, it's called, something that this modern society lacks. If you hear something, don't just believe in it. You do your own research, critical thinking, so you get to learn about it. You journal, you write about something that you find important in life. That is that is how people in the olden days used to live, and they were incredible people. They were they were phenomenal human beings because they learned. They were always in learning mode. You cannot be a leader without being a student, without being a follower. So you have to find mentors out there. And mentors need mentees, and mentees need mentors. That could be anybody. That could be me. That could be anybody out there. You do your research, you search about something, you learn anything that you're interested in. Some of you might be interested in philosophy, then learn about philosophy. Some of you might be interested in building a very good body, then learn about it. Learn everything about it, go study about it. Oh, if you do this, that's what happened. If you do that, that's what happened. Never stop learning. Always continuously learn. Buy books, read books. Okay? Every day, read 10 pages of a book. All right, read the first book you must read as a man is The Way of the Superior Man. The Way of the Superior Man. That is, I'll put that up on screen. You have to read that book, The Way of the Superior Man, by David Data. The second book that you must read is Psycho-Cybernetics. Psycho-Cybernetics. Start with these two books. Read. You'll learn a lot. Read. Always learn. Become a student of life. Never, never think that you know everything. The moment you think that you know everything, that's when your destruction starts. That's when your life destruction journey will start. You destroying your own life by saying you know everything. You don't know nothing. Okay? You have to have that kind of a mindset. The next one is complacency. Getting complacent, comfortable. It's a comfort zone. You know why the comfort zone feels so good? Because it's very soft and cozy and warm. It's like a blanket. You don't want to get out on a cold winter morning. You don't want to get out of bed. You're like, oh, it's so warm. That's complacency. And what will happen if you don't get out of bed? Obviously, you're stuck there. Now, who will go to hunt? Who will go out there to hunt for your family, for yourself, if you're in bed? Suppose you were the head of the family, and your duty was to go out there and to hunt, to feed your family. Won't they starve? Won't they starve? They would, right? Will your wife respect you doing that? Because your wife will go out there and do whatever she can to feed the kids. She will. But she will lose respect for you. She will not be able to depend on you anymore and to look up to you as a man. Complacency is very bad. Familiarity breeds contempt. You have to keep on finding new ways and means to learn, to level up. It's important. The reason why people quit, it's not because they didn't know how to reach the goal or something. It's because of complacency most of the time. They get complacent. They start to take things for granted. Well, I'm making 100K a month, like I'm fine, like who cares, You see, they stop learning. They stop learning. They think that they know everything. No, everything goes down. All of a sudden, everything crumbles, and they're like, what? Everything I've lost? I've lost everything. Yeah. When God gives you, He can also take away from you because you take things for granted. You're not grateful for what you have. You got complacent. That's why. That's why He took everything away from you. You can't get complacent. You should not. It's not. It should not be in your dictionary. The word complacency. Always discomfort. Discomfort today equals to comfort tomorrow. Always like that. The next one, time management. People lack this a lot. They don't know how to manage the time. You're always like, well, I don't know how to manage my time. One thing about time is that everybody has the limited and equal number of time, amount of time. Everybody. You have 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours in a day. You have 7 days a week. I have 7 days a week. You have 365 days. I have 365 days in a year. All right, equal number of time we get. It's not that you got more time and I got less time. God loves you more and God loves me less. It's not like that. No, it's never like that. You just have to know how to manage your time. Now, when you do all these things that we have just talked about, you will automatically know how to manage your time. Now, for that, you must know how to set goals, so how to have a goal tracker. We're gonna make a video about that, very soon. So stay tuned. I'm gonna come up with that video about habit tracking. It will fix your time management problem. But for now, that's one issue that we're talking about. Time management. People don't know how to manage their times. I see people just sitting down, like they're just scrolling and all that stuff. Like scrolling is so doom scrolling. It's so common now. Like everywhere. Nobody talks to each other anymore. Everybody's on their phones. Doom scrolling. Just the name itself, it's so scary. You know why we call them doom scrollers? We call those people doom scrollers because they're doomed. We don't see any future anymore for them. They're doomed. That's why they're called doom scrollers. That's the reason. Yeah. So learn how to manage your time. When you don't manage your time, you have equal amount of time like me. I have equal amount of time like you. Everybody has an equal amount of time. Nobody got more, nobody got less. Take charge, take action. All right? Be wise with your time. Don't make time your enemy, make time your friend. Time is not working against you. Time is always working for you. Always. The next one, taking action. That first step, taking action. You want to make 10K a month? You must take action. Let's say you want to make 10K a month by, let's say, starting a social media marketing agency. Now, the first step is to at least do research, how it works. That's the first step. But you're stuck in the goal, like, oh, I want to make 10K a month, I want to make 10K a month. And you're just imagining, you're just living a life, you're just dreaming. Like, I'll do this when I have 10K. This is what I'll do when I have 10K. This is what I'm going to buy. This is what I'm going to do. That won't help. Well, it helps. It visualize. When you visualize that, it helps, all right? But most people just dream. You can't just dream. You have to take that first step. Every great result starts from the first single small step. Every time. So like the SMMA, the social media marketing agency, you want to make 10K, you have to do research. You have to know how to send a cold email. You know that? You have to know how to send a Loom video. Do you know how to follow up? Hmm? How many clients do you want to sign? How many clients will you need to make 10K a month? How many clients and what niche will you get into? Because within marketing agencies too, there are many niches. Which niche do you want to get into? You have to do your research. You have to take action. Research first. Everything will fall in order. It's just like that game Age of Empires. Have you played that game Age of Empires? When you start the game, everything is just black. Uncharted land, unexplored land. It's just that one, just you, just one. Then you have to go and explore, and then the land shows up, and then you see, oh, sheep, goat, logs, trees, right? It's just like that. Life is just like that. You have to go out there and you just explore. So when you start, you take your first step. That's when the land will just show up itself. Like just like Age of Empires, it just show itself up. You just see, oh, there's logs there. Oh, there's sheep there, cattle. You have to do that. You have to take your first step. Take action. People suffer from that. They have a hard time taking action. I don't know why, but it's something that I struggle with too, taking action. It's a fear of failure, I think so. All right, but those videos are for the future. They're for the future, all right? So that's all for today. So make sure to subscribe, comment down below about the things that you struggle yourself, and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep living, keep grinding. Bye-bye.